It says in today's paper, Father, that a Church of England vicar doesn't believe in the fires of hell.
Oh? Well, I hope he's made provision in his will to be buried in asbestos underwear. The absence of true faith, you know, always leads to superstition, Father Neil.
Well, the Irish are superstitious enough.
Incredible as it may seem, there's something in what the lady says. Now, in my parents' hometown in County Cork, there was a superstition there that if you were bitten by a dog and you took a hair of the dog's tail, it would heal the wound.
Insurance against an attack of rabies.
Well, there's a feeble-minded fella called Seamus Crowe. And he one day accidentally got scratched on the leg by a big, tall mongrel of a dog, a sort of cross between a Great Dane and the Eiffel Tower. It's funny, a wee scratch on his leg, you know. Anyway, Seamus takes a hair of the dog's tail, and that was the end of that superstition.
Well, it didn't heal the scratch, then?
I've no idea. But I do know that afterwards, Seamus Crowe had to manage with 4 fingers on his right hand.
Is there much superstition round here, Father?
Ah, well, there's the usual dependence, you know, by the weak-minded, mostly women, on maskets, mediums, and fortune-tellers.
You're not superstitious, I suppose.
No, I'm not. You, on the other hand, have St. Vitus dance if a stray black cat comes into the room, in case it brings a death in with it.
And what about the doomsday chair, then?
Oh, I tell you, Father Neil, the age of persecution is not over by a long way.
Well, what's the doomsday chair, Father?
It's a chair in the Red Lion. The legend has it that whoever sits on it dies.
Well, is there anything in it?
No, it was dreamed up by the landlord, Fred Bowlby. Now, his wife, Eileen, now she's a Catholic and a darling. But Fred's another that should invest himself in a fireproof shroud.
I thought Jesus was the friend of publicans.
So I was. He was a friend of tight men and loose women.
Last St. Patrick's Day, Fred Bowlby issued a public invitation. Any Irishman who wanted could sit on his chair, including Father D.
Well, did you accept, Father?
I wouldn't be seen dead in his pub.
And that's the truth. He was afraid he'd die. Everybody said if the Catholic priest at St. Jude's is scared, there must be something to that doomsday chair. So the legend grew because of his reverence's superstition.
I am not superstitious.
Oh, do you know, Father Neil, every time he sees a ladder, he has to walk under it.
Woman, I tell you, I'm not superstitious. Mrs. Gray!
My Fred's still in bed, Father. The Red Lion keeps us up very late at nights. Another cup of tea, Father?
No, thanks, Mrs. Bowlby. I'm full up to here.
So am I, Father.
Have I said something to upset you?
No, Father. It's that doomsday chair. Time and time again I've asked Fred to get rid of it. He even sells models of it. 5 shillings each. He says the chair is good for business.
Well, is there any harm in that?
My sentiments precisely. Fred Bowlby, you'll be,
The new curate at St. Jude's, Father Boyd.
come to see my, doomsday chair, have you? You off then, love? Takes it very hard, you know. Still, you Catholics are a superstitious lot, aren't you? What with all your medals and incense and statues and dressing up like masons and kneeling down in front of bits of bread?
We are not superstitious.
Catholic superstition well nigh ruined my marriage, you know. Do you know what my wife made me do all through our honeymoon?
No?
Well, I thought it was a bit odd at the time. But, I mean, you're a man of the world, though, aren't you? I mean, when you're newlywed, you'll go to any lengths to please a little woman. That's why Eileen and I spent all our time in churches.
Really?
Yeah, Rome. The Holy Year it was. And in St. Peter's Basilica, there's this great big black horrible statue of St. Peter, with his foot worn smooth by kisses.
The Italians are very passionate.
And Eileen said to me, for my sake, Fred, give it a kiss. Like a coalman's boot. Give it a kiss, she said. Well, it's a very funny honeymoon, I can tell you.
Yes.
Yes, because as I bent down to kiss it, my foot slipped and my teeth went straight through my bottom lip. Well, after that, Eileen had to do without. Kisses, I mean. Oh, don't worry, love. I said I'm going to Lourdes next week for the cure.
Look, about this chair.
Oh, yes, come and see. You sure you wouldn't care for something stronger? Glass of holy water. Sorry, Father. Right, well, there it is, then. Yes. Yeah, about 3 years ago, when I took over this pub, we found this in the cellar, along with a lot of newspaper cuttings referring to a doomsday chair. They said whoever sat on it would die within the week.
A week? How stupid. And that's the chair?
Oh, I don't know. Not being superstitious, I threw the cuttings away. And then about 18 months ago, to jog business along a bit, you know, I dug this out and stuck it where it is today. Sure you want to have a quick one? You might ish, you know. Yes, then as a joke, you know, for fun, I called this the doomsday chair and told the locals that if they sat on it, they'd have their chips inside a week. Well, hell. Oh, begging your pardon, Father. No one would.
I thought you said you threw the cuttings away.
Ah, new ones, those. I'll tell you. About a year ago, a city gent came in here, 6 o'clock of a Thursday evening. The place is bursting at the seams, so he sits down there. Ah, called your bluff, he has, Fred, they all laughed. Buy the brave bloke a pint. Oh, all right, I said, but mark my words, he'll be stiffer than his rolled umbrella inside a week. Well.
Well?
One sip of his pint of bitter, he gets up, puts a glass on the table and drops dead on the spot. Right where you're standing.
Heart attack.
No sign of it before, mine.
From beer to eternity, so to speak.
I'll store up your little witticisms to tell my grandchildren. Oh, but what a waste.
Married with kids?
Don't know, I was referring to his beer. Well, after that, no one would finish it for him. And then the next one. A religious crank. He comes in here, screeching about godlessness and superstition.
I quite agree.
Me too. Anyway, he sits down there, won't even have a pint for his pains.
And that didn't put a stop to it?
Nah, well, it wouldn't, would it? And then 6 days later, he takes a plane to one of these religious conventions in Miami. And it sort of crashes.
All killed?
Oh, yes. Of course, it didn't make the headlines till the third victim. Charlie Skinner, a regular. Yeah, folks used to say if they ever do a post-mortem on him, they'll be lucky to find any blood in his alcohol. Anyway, there he is, soaking his back teeth for a couple of hours, you know, one double scotch chasing another down the old tunnel, and he must have sat down there without realising. Well, then none of his mates would give him a hand. So he gets up, staggers out, gets into his car and drives straight into the river. Only 3 foot deep and Charlie 6'2". Drowned.
Ironic.
Very. Normally he never took water with his whiskey. Car's a write-off too.
So was Charlie.
And the coroner's verdict?
Dead drunk?
Beat me to it. Well, there it is, my pride and joy. Look, I even had a little silver lock made for it. I keep the keys here on the end of my braces, look. Not that any burglar would come in here, not with that chair there.
I suppose not.
I challenged your father Duddleswell to sit on it, you know. Offered him £100. Oh, didn't he tell you about the money? Of course he wouldn't do it, far too superstitious.
He's not.
Really? All right, then tell him I repeat my offer. £100. Furthermore, if he sits on it and lives, I'll sit on it too. Safest bet I ever made.
Look, I'd better be off. Cheerio.
Before you go, Father Boyd,
Yes?
care to try it out yourself?
You called it the Red Lion, did you? Then you saw it.
What, the doomsday chair? What a load of rubbish. He offered to let me sit on it.
He what? If I were not a man of God, I'd give him a thick clip.
I think St. Peter feels the same way about him, Father.
You didn't, though, did you?
No.
Well, thank the Lord for that now. As a point of interest, why didn't you?
Well, I forgot to wear my St. Christopher medal this morning, Father.
Oh, well, in that case, you were quite right not to.
He also repeated the challenge he made to you.
Father Neil, the elastic of my patience has just snapped. I am resolved to put an end to Fred Balby's caper. It's my duty as parish priest, you understand. Just give me till Saturday to think about it.
Yes, Father.
It's time that I rooted out this wretched superstition of that doomsday chair once and for all, even if it kills me.
That'll be 5 shillings, please, sir.
Now, brethren, gentlemen, and ladies, ladies and gentlemen, now, your attention, please, just for a moment.
Can I buy you a drink, Father?
Not now, Paddy, no. Why have I not seen you at Mass these past few Sundays?
You didn't see me because... Probably I was playing with my eyes closed, Father.
Now, I'm here because of my concern about the pagan practice that's been going on in this pub.
Can we discuss this in the back room, Father?
I'm referring, of course, to this doomsday chair, so-called. And in lieu of somebody more qualified, I think that I, as the humble servant of the Lord, should do the necessary.
Father done as well.
Fred Balby here has kindly offered me £100 if I'll sit in that chair.
I'm up in my offer.
Oh, tell me more.
£200.
200?
Providing you don't sit on it.
Ah. Now, he's afraid, you see, that I'd prove the curse on his silly chair to be nothing but a confidence trick, and so ruin his trade.
Never. I just don't want you to die, that's all.
Oh, I intend to sit on it this very hour. And at the same hour every evening until this time next week.
Here, here.
And after that, I'll claim the chair as my own. Is that agreed?
Well, if you sit on it every night and live, it won't be any good to me.
Eileen, would you kindly give me a drink?
Pint of dark ale, Father.
No, make it a half now. A small half.
Steady, go.
All right.
One half of ale only, and the Holy Father is falling over drunk. Quick, call a police.
All right, Father.
Ah, it's just the devil doing his darndest.
You're bleeding badly, Father.
Get me out of here quickly. I've broken something vital to me.
What, Father?
We red fountain pen. Till this hour, tomorrow.
Neil, only 2 days of this amount of nervous wreck. Can't you at least keep him indoors?
Not I hope, Mrs. P. But I go everywhere with him. He doesn't seem to have a care in the world.
No, his face is buttercupped and daisied, all right.
The faith of the man.
Well, I'm knitting the rosary for him 3 times a day.
Ah, my dear old friend. You're saying your beads, are you? That's wonderful. Isn't that wonderful? Promise me something, dear Mrs. Pring.
What, Father?
Promise me you won't pray for me. Things are bad enough as it is.
We will be true to thee till death.
hear such a lovely tune played in a pub.
All right, Paddy. Now then, I've been holding services in here for the past 4 evenings. And thank you, Eileen. For the past 4 evenings. And I think it's time that I introduced you to the most Catholic thing of all.
Guinness, Father!
No, it's not the Shamrock. It's not the Virgin Mary. It's not even the Pope himself. Now, while I risk my life again, Father Neil here and Paddy will show you a Catholic collecting plate. The Express, you say? Yes, well, the finale will be at the Red Lion tonight at 8. That's right. No. No, I don't mind if you bring a photographer along. No, do that. Yeah. All right, God bless now.
Another batch of newspaper cuttings and telegrams, Father.
Oh, I hope there's not too many black-edged ones amongst them.
3 more reporters at the front, Father.
Oh,
dear.
no. Tell them I can't see them. Tell them I'm holding a press conference tomorrow afternoon, even if I have to rise from the dead to take it. Who the devil's this now? Oh, Bishop O'Reilly, yes. Yes, my lord. You do, my lord. No, I can assure your lordship, there's no need to send along an exorcist. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, and all you little kiddies out in the porch there with your hot dogs and ice cream. As you see, the superstition has not killed me. But here, on my last night, I'm going to kill it. Through my faith in God Almighty. But first, a little surprise for you. I'm going to throw out a challenge to the landlord here.
Oh, yes?
You promised, did you not, that if I would sit in this doomsday chair, you'd sit in it too.
Did I? All right, then. Off to you.
I still hoping I'll die before the time's up. A sudden hemorrhage or something, eh? Or a bolt of lightning. I might even fall off this chair. It's more likely I'll die of laughing. Well, now, Fred, I'll offer you £100 if you'll sit in that chair before my time is up.
Think I'm scared, don't you?
I do.
All right, you're on.
Well, you're a braver man than I thought.
Well, it's easy for me, isn't it? Because I'm not superstitious. Evens.
And I have to do without the consolation of the £100, eh?
Oh, yes.
Just make do with the blessed chair. All right, give me a hand down. Behold, my name is Lazarus, and I live. Your turn now, Father Neil.
I've no stomach for beer, Father.
Oh, you don't have to drink anything, lad. Just put your bum on that chair like a good...
Go on, Father. I dare you.
All right, perhaps Mrs. Spring would like to represent the weaker sex.
Mine's a large pink gin.
Father.
Me curate's going to have to carry this chair home in a minute. Will you draw him a good, strong glass of orange juice? Put it down here, Father Neil. It's diffused all right.
I let you down badly, Father.
Oh, not at all, not at all.
No, you're a man of faith, and I'm more of a heathen than Fred Balby will ever be.
I have a little confession to make to you. I never ever sat in the real doomsday chair at all.
What, you mean you put the Holy Bible down the seat of your pants?
No. But I'll tell you what I did do. About a week ago, I hid my collar and I went up to London. And I scoured the Portobello Road till I found another chair exactly the same as the doomsday chair. And I found it in Tompkins for a mere couple of quid.
Well, go on.
Well, I brought it back here and I hid it in the garage till 3 o'clock on Saturday morning. And then Eileen let me into the pub while Fred's still asnore, gets his precious keys and unlocks the doomsday chair.
And you substituted this one?
Right.
Well, what did you do with the real one?
So I brought it back here.
Here?
All right, don't panic. Knowing that both you and Mrs. Spring would sleep through the last trump, I buried it in the garden. Come in.
Oh, Father dear, you are marvellous.
Oh, I never doubted it. The chair's for yourself.
Oh, really? For my kitchen? Oh, thank you. Oh, by the way, there's a visitor for you. He walked me home. Mr. Balby?
Oh. Come to kiss me feet, have you?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Well, you can't have the chair back. I've just given it to Madame Tussaud for a Chamber of Horrors.
I've got a confession to make. That's not the doomsday chair.
How do you... What do you mean?
Well, as you know, Father, I'm not a superstitious man, but, 3 months ago, after Charlie Skinner drowned, I decided to get rid of my doomsday chair in case anyone else, you, for instance, died on it, and I was had up for manslaughter.
So,
So I found one just like it.
in the Portobello Road.
How do you know that?
It's the obvious place to look.
And it cost me £2.
In Tompkins?
Yeah. Well, I put it in place of the real one. I didn't even tell the wife.
And what did you do with the real one?
Well, I took it back to...
Tompkins?
Yeah, I told him... I told him it didn't suit the decor. So, I've just come to say, Father Doddleswell, that although you didn't sit on my doomsday chair, you thought you did. And that's the point. You're the brave one, not me.
Oh, I don't know.
No, you won your bet, so, there's your £100.
Well, bless you for that.
Yes, well, right, I'll leave you in peace. I'll find my own way out.
God go with you, Fred. So, we got the doomsday chair after all. I nearly massacred myself 6 or 7 times over it.
What are we going to do with that thing?
Oh, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get a spade and dig another blessed great hole in the garden.